Good morning, students. Once again, we are here with the political science chapter 4, gender, religion, and caste. We already had the words regarding the gender, that is the difference between the male and female, and how the gender affects the politics. Now, today we will talk about the religion. As we discussed earlier, also, that when we are talking about the religion, it actually affects the beliefs of the people and how they take it. Today we will talk about the religion and its effects on politics, that how the religion and the beliefs of the people affects the politics. So the relation between the religion and politics, as we know that the Mahatma Gandhi used to say that the religion can never be separated from politics. According to him, politics must be guided by the ethics drawn from all the religions. As we know that, for example, if a person or a large number of people belonging to a particular religions live at one place, obviously the candidate who is there, or he wants to be a representative and who wants to be elected, that it is quite possible that the people's belief will affect, like the people, the person will be, God will be stand according to the people who are living in the majority number of peoples belonging to the same religion. It will automatically affect the person whom they are going to elect. So that's why the father of the India, Mahatma Gandhi, said that we cannot separate the religion from politics. It is directly or indirectly, it is going to affect in every result after the voting. So the personality, the person, the leader will be elected on the basis of the majority number of people from that particular religion in a particular area. We have seen that the women's are affecting or being discriminated on the basis of the gender. Here also we can see that the women's movement have argued that the family laws of all religions should be same. As we know that the sum of the religion does not allow the female to get the education. So whatever the family laws are there, that is to be accepted by the women without any raising their voice. So what the family laws are, as we know that the every family is having some bond with some sort of conditions under which they have to live. So here in every area, whether in rural or the urban area, we have seen the women's are being marked by some of sort of areas or the which they cannot cross the limits, which is not to be crossed by the female candidates. So according to these family laws, they have to be go according to the norms which are set by the families. So the women movement have argued for this. So the next point is the human right groups have argued that the most of the victims of the communal riots means dange in country are people from religious minorities. They have demanded that the government should take special step to protect them. Means here we are talking about the human rights. As we know that every person as a citizen they are getting some right, and as a human they are having different rights. So under the human right groups, what the people are demanding is that the religiously who are the minority in numbers, they are demanding from the government that they should have to take some steps, as they are the minority in number, so they should be protected by the government. So special security is to be given, special some laws to be made which can protect them, because they are minor in number, means the minority group, so they want their special protections from the government side. So here we will see that how the religion influence the politics, means they will form the government by the effects of the religious group. means the religious, the majority number of people who belongs to the particular religion, how they are going to affect the politics by giving their vote to a particular person on behalf of the religion. But does the constitution give this so? No, because constitution does not allow anyone to give any special privileges to any group of people with the religion, any of the religion. So they are giving the equality, but it is the people's perceptions who is affecting the person by voting. So how can we affect that? The Mahatma Gandhi believed that the politics must be guided by ethics drawn from all the religions. Ideas, ideals and values drawn from different religions should play an important role in politics. Means people should be able to express in politics their needs and demands as a member of religious community. Those who hold political power should be able to prevent discrimination on the basis of religion. Means here we can say that the political leaders or the parties have to set the ideals and the values to be put into the people who are going for the voting rights. And the political people who are coming in power, they have to show that they are working for the people, not for the particular group, not the people from the particular group, but they have to show, they have to present them as a role model that they are working without any discrimination. They are working for the people, not on the peoples how they have elected. Means if the people have given the majority number of vote on the basis of a particular religion, then the person can make them or set an ideal that they can be discriminated. They are not actually affecting the discrimination on the basis of religions and the beliefs they are having. We have seen that how the community affects. So meaning of communalism. Communalism is a situation when a particular community tries to promote its own interests at the cost of other communities. Means one particular group of community, the people of the same community is affecting the beliefs and they are promoting their own interest. When does communalism problem become acute? Number one, religion is seen as the basis of the nation. Means if we start seeing that the religion is being seen, that the majority number of people are giving their vote on the basis of the religion they are having, it affects the communalism. When one religion and its followers are discriminated by others, when people start believing that the belief of their religion is superior than other religions, means when they think that they have to work, they have to give vote, or they have to work with their own beliefs and their religions, it affects the different religions. When the state power is used to establish the domination of one religion over the other, when a person, as I discussed earlier also, then one person or a leader, he started promoting it that he is going to work for a particular religion, it automatically affects the people of that particular area, because it was the people's perception and their beliefs according to which the majority number of people belonging to the same religion has affected the voting rights. So we will discuss what are the major beliefs of the communal people, how they are being affected by their beliefs. The followers of a particular religion must belong to one community. Means they are belonging to the same community. That's why they are for the followers. Who are the followers? Who are following their whatever the conditions they put. Their fundamental interests should be same. Obviously they are belonging to the same particular religion, they are having the same belief, so obviously they will have the same interest also. People who follow different religion cannot belong to the same social community. Means if the people are living in a particular area, are having or belief or their beliefs are different and their religions are different, cannot belong to the same social community, because somewhere on one hand or the other they are having some sort of different beliefs which will affect the politics. And if the followers have the different religion, they have the commonalities. These are the superficial, means if they are belonging, the followers who are from the different religions, so obviously they have the commonalities, and these are superficial, which is not acceptable. So the next is ideas of communal politics fundamentally flawed, that is, most of these beliefs are not true. Whatever the belief they are having on the basis of their beliefs or their religions cannot be true all the times. Peoples of one religion don't have the same interest and aspirations in every contest. We can't even think about that. If we say that the people having the same religion or same gender or same caste are going to affect, or they are having the same interest, it does not so. Everyone has several other roles, positions, and identities. A particular person is having the different identities at the different areas. So how they are going to affect a particular community? These are many voices inside every community. Yes, every community is having the different voices, because they are having their own identities and their different roles and their positions which they are working. It affects their interest and their choices. All these voices have the right to be heard. We have to hear all the voices which are being raised by these people. So next is the different forms of communal politics. People often believe that ideas of their religion are superior to the ideas of the other religion. Obviously, every person who belongs to a particular religion finds himself as the superior on the other religion. People of a particular religion want maximum representation of their religion in the politics. This takes the forms of majoritarian dominance. Obviously, when they are talking about their own particular, one group of people are talking about their own religion, it sometimes it affects the majoritarian, which we have studied in the power sharing of Sri Lanka. As we seen that the Sinhala community is having the majority number of people, majority number of powers in the government. So what if it resulted, because they are having the majoritism, so it affects the civil wars inside their country. So the communal rights, sometimes it happens. These communal rights sometimes affects or they result of its people of minority community, then they demand separate state for themselves. When some group of people are asking about the different state, it is actually the result of the communalism, and which is affecting the majoritism, the peoples with the same beliefs. So this affects the civil war inside that particular area or within the country. Mobilizing people of communal lines in the politics is another form of communal politics. Means the mobilizing of the people on a communal lines, means on the basis of their community, if they are mobilized, this also affects. The mobilization is done on the basis of emotional appeals like fear, symbols, religion slogans by the leaders. It is sometimes seen that the different symbols are being promoted by the leaders, and their slogans, the religious slogans, and the fear among the people of a particular group or particular religion, it resulted in the mobilization of the people from one to another group. So this also affects the community, the beliefs of the community of a particular group. In its most ugly form, communalism leads to violence. People from various religions are opposite to each other, and they use violence to show their religious domination. Everyone are having the beliefs and the faith in their own religions, which sometimes and more such kind of activities resulted in the violence. It leads to the violence among the people, that is to show their religion dominate over the other's religion. This affects the civil war, and it also affects the rights means the dange. inside the country. Here you can see the very big example of these kind of rights are seen long back, that is during the period of the partition. That is, India and Pakistan suffered some of the worst communal riots at that time of partition. This is actually the best example of the communalism which affects such kind of results. Means the large scale riots have been seen during the partition of India and Pakistan. What does the constitution say about these communities? So constitution provisions that make India a secular state. How? There is no official religion for the Indian state, that we have not given any one religion or being declared any one religion as an official language. As in Sri Lanka Buddhism, in Pakistan Islam, in England Christianity, but India is not having any one official religion language. The constitution provides all individual and communities freedom to profess, practice and propagate any religion of their own choice. In Indian constitution, as we know that the Indian constitution is the biggest in the world, they are not giving any person or any religion or any community or any language as an official language. So here the people have the freedom to choose any religion, any language. So by this we have given the equality to all the peoples. The Indian constitution prohibits discrimination on the grounds of religions, means we are not allowed to do any sort of discrimination on the basis of the religion. Wherever you go, you might have seen the people of different religions are working at one place. This is the biggest example, right? And it bans untouchability. Indian constitution also bans the Indian or any sort of untouchability in India, in any part of the India. So no one is allowed to do the untouchability, or they are not being discriminated by on the basis of any gender, religion or caste. So Indian constitution is giving the equality to all the peoples. So here we have finished with this topic of today's. I hope you would have understood. This is very easy topic. Thank you and have a nice day.